grocery prices that are going up here in November of 2023 and into winter of 2024. Let's discuss. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another Coffee Rant with Dano. Welcome back to the channel. If you have to hit pause on this video to get your coffee together, go ahead and do that now, as this will be a lengthy discussion. We have several things to talk about here this morning. We have a couple shortages of some things that I'll go over here shortly, but one of the things we want to talk about tonight is a lot of these prices that are going up. One that could be a shortage, but coming back at a higher price. One of those that I want to go into right now is turkey. Turkey is pretty popular here toward the beginning of November as we are edging closer to Thanksgiving. We have cases of the avian flu on turkeys, which people are saying that it's not going to affect the amount of turkeys that are for sale, which I do agree with. What I don't know if it's going to affect prices, though, and we want to make sure checking out a couple of the different sales where we've seen turkey. The one I will say that I know for sure that I've been there is Walmart. Walmart has Butterball and Jennie-O turkeys on sale for 98 cents a pound right now. They also have Butterball on sale for $1.28 a pound. I wouldn't wait around. I would make sure that whatever deal you find on turkey, if you like turkey for Thanksgiving, I would go ahead and get that now while it's available. Like I said, I don't think, and a lot of the news articles that I've read seem to not think that it's going to affect the amount of turkeys in the stores, because they've had them frozen for over a year from a lot of the ones that are coming out now. As a matter of fact, I know we have some viewers on the channel that do that as well. They'll buy a turkey from last year and cook it this year, and then buy another one once it goes back on sale. We could see some okay deals on turkey. We'll probably see some cheaper, but we just had another couple cases of this in Iowa. Where I guess they had to call a lot of turkeys. And we have had, about a month ago, we had a couple different instances in the Dakotas, North and South Dakota. So it's out west, Midwest, upper north seems to be. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot more cases of this as we go along. Is it ironic that we're close to Thanksgiving and this is happening? I don't know. I don't know. You know, it's so crazy with everything that's going on. It always seems like it always happens at the worst moment. Always happens at the worst spot, especially when turkey is supposed to be cheap. It's going to be cheap here. It's supposed to be here in the next couple weeks. But again, I wouldn't hesitate. I wouldn't wait around for that 59, 69 cents a pound turkey. I would just go ahead and make sure you have it, because the not knowing is knowing that there is the possibility of it, one, either going up in price or you not being able to get one. So I would just make sure you're ahead of the game on that. If you're like me, I love turkey on Thanksgiving. That's just me. We should actually see some deals on ham coming up here as well as we go along. Hopefully everything is ever changing here in this world we live in today, especially in the food world with all these prices going up. Now, real quick, I'm going to cover two shortages that we've seen in the stores. I haven't seen it personally. Some stores have been less and less, but I always see it come back in. We have seen higher prices on these things, though, so I wanted to mention these: rice and dry beans. We get a lot of comments on shortages of rice and dry beans, so we need to pay attention to that, especially if you have a lot of different, or if rice is in a lot of your different diets. I would just pay attention, because if you're not seeing a shortage, you're probably seeing a price increase like we are. So if it is going away, it may come back at a much higher price. Next, one that has affected the entire country here is Green Giant vegetables. I have gotten 100 comments on Green Giant vegetables. Now, we've seen it ourselves. I've been saying for the last month, even when they were selling them for $1 a can, there's only a handful of cans. There's at each store, I'm only seeing like 3 or 4 cans at every store. I had thought that maybe Kroger had maybe like a bunch stocked up in their warehouse somewhere. I don't know if they did, and they're just spreading whatever they have left out. Now, I know with these sales, the sale that it's on is the buy 6 or more, save 50 cent each deal. Okay, so the but here I'm in Tennessee, and the Kroger that I was at yesterday barely had any too. They did have a bin of them, but there was like 12, maybe 15 cans of corn, 1 can of green beans, and we're getting comments from all over the country, all different parts of the country, from East Coast to West Coast. People are having trouble finding green giant vegetables. So I don't know what's going on. I know somebody had mentioned that they're switching companies. I don't know. I couldn't find that. I looked it up. But that is the two shortages that I wanted to talk about, because these are a couple things that are important. One, rice is important in a lot of our viewers' diets. And I know some people are trying to stock up on rice. We're going to try and find some cheaper options as we go along, but that'll have to wait until I get back to Cincinnati. But I wanted to go over a couple more things here of some prices that are going up. Bread is skyrocketing in price. Now, it did up where we live a while back, but apparently a lot of places are catching up. Someone said that you've seen other places where Sara Lee bread has been $4.49, which has been at Kroger for a long time. But I'm surprised, not surprised, but surprised to see it go up in some other places as well. Some people were saying it went up at Walmart, over $3. It has not reached that yet at our Walmart anyway, but this is another thing we were talking about too. Watch for all the other prices of things going up while holiday items are coming down. Okay, because we've been saying this as we see trends in the stores all the time. We're seeing stores that are coming out with some pretty amazing deals for holiday sales. And I'm thinking to myself, what is going up in price to make up for these costs? Well, we have seen some surges in prices at Walmart lately. From canned beans to some of their other canned, like tomatoes. And now, canned tomatoes went up a few weeks ago. But we're seeing a lot of products go up at Walmart, so we need to pay attention to that. Great value toilet paper has gone up in price. Somebody mentioned that. A couple people mentioned that. Somebody mentioned it a couple weeks ago. Meat is going up in price at Walmart. We mentioned that the last time we went to Walmart. Coffee is going up at Walmart. And these are all things that we have noticed at our Walmart over the last couple weeks. I think people are getting to Walmart and they're noticing some of these prices as well. Guys, it's ridiculous. It really is. And, the reason why I keep mentioning Walmart is, one, that's where we've gotten most of the comments. Two, when we start seeing things go up at Walmart, we know that they're going to be going up in other stores. We've seen coffee go up in other stores, maybe not as fast at one time as we have at Walmart. Usually it's, or at places like Walmart, but we'll see it go up. Like different brands go up each week at Kroger. We'll see one go up and then one will be on sale, kind of hiding what's really going on with some of them. Some of them went up a long time ago and they've kept their price. What they're doing, and this is like, in my opinion, this is how it works. I'm pretty sure it is. We're seeing the cheaper coffees, and I've talked about this in other videos. We're seeing the cheaper coffees get really expensive. Like 8 o'clock coffee for their small bags of coffee, $8.49. That's unheard of for 8 o'clock coffee. Seattle's Best is now $7.99. I mean, these were $4.99, $5.99, a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, but now they're getting pretty expensive. I don't want to say cheaper quality, because I know a lot of you guys out there drink it. You love it. You love Seattle's Best. You love 8 o'clock, but it's traditionally cheaper coffee. It's traditionally cheaper price anyway. But we're seeing that go really high. As soon as we start to... Now, we just saw 8 o'clock coffee go up to $8.49. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another increase on like Seattle's Best or Kroger brand or more store brands. Great Value. We saw where Great Value went up a few months ago on their coffee. So the more and more we see this is what's going to be what drives the big brand names like Starbucks and Pete's, which is already ridiculously expensive. This is what's going to cause these to go up in price again. Now, we're already seeing this on the East and West Coast. And we've had a lot of viewers who have talked, outside of some of the different stores that they regularly shop at, talking about how they've noticed Starbucks and some of the other name brands go up. So I can't take all the credit for this. You guys are all part of this. That's why we do this on the channel here, so that we can keep in the know of all the things going up. That way we know, I mean, it's hard. Like when you see a sale on something, my mind thinks pick it up now. Well, that's another thing that we're seeing, is that sale prices are getting right up to the regular price, making this a higher price increase. Because if you're like me and you're sitting around and you're waiting for the deal, you've stocked up. You've stocked up in your preps. You've had this for a while and you're waiting for the sale to cycle back around. It may not cycle back around to the price that you want. Especially look at toilet paper. Toilet paper is starting to skyrocket in price. We saw Quilted Northern go away for a couple weeks. Remember how I always say, check out the couple week deal. If you see it go away, you see it kind of disappear, it could be maybe there was a sale, a lot of people buying it. But when people start talking about it on the channel here, we have a lot of people on this channel, and when there's people cycling around different states, that's why I always say abbreviate your state where you're at, or city and state if you can. When everybody's talking about the same thing, we know it's an issue. If everybody's talking about the same thing on week 2, we know it's a big issue. And that is what we've been hearing, is Quilted Northern. There was another one, not Angel Soft. Angel Soft was one a few months ago. Scott Tissue apparently had an issue. Wasn't really an issue around here, but it did go up in price. But we didn't see it go away like a lot of you guys did. However, a lot of people have seen Quilted Northern go away. We did too. Came back, new advertising, $2 price increase on pretty much across the board. And then they're selling the cheaper ones, blinding you to the bigger packs, right? Not really thinking about the math on that, because you're buying the cheaper one. If you're buying the cheaper one, which it was funny because that was the way to go. For what it is now, it would have been better to get a couple of the different smaller packs than to buy the big one, which they had the big one on sale too, which was ironically $2 off, making the regular price $2 more. The sale price was the regular price when it was last here. So it went away, came back at a higher price, a very high price. So, guys, we need to pay attention to this stuff. It's getting ridiculous out here. We said it was going to. I remember a couple years ago the way these things worked. We saw prices go so fast, up so fast, that it was hard to even keep up. I was having to, and we didn't have the amount of people on the channel as we do now. So honestly, it's a little easier for me because we're getting information from all of you guys, and I think it's amazing. And we just, as to where it seems like it's almost impossible these days to keep up, it is a lot easier because we have everybody chiming in from all over the country and around the world. Believe me, I am keeping a tab on where the different over-the-counter medicines are missing. We've been getting a lot of comments lately on different allergy medicines, different cold medicines. Some of our Canadian viewers, but we're also getting it from around the United States as well. So we need to pay attention to that. I know up in Canada, there's some issues with children's medicine. This was the same thing last year. Now, I don't know if it's been an issue for the entire year, but I know that people stop talking about it. And usually when there's no talk about it, when we're showing some of these things, that's usually I'll quit talking about it because it's not cycling around. So it kind of makes me think that there's not an issue. Plus, some of our longtime viewers would usually mention that it's starting to come back in. But yeah, it's definitely an issue. No, I have not seen any issues with any over-the-counter medicines here, in Ohio. And there was plenty here in Pigeon Forge yesterday when I was at Kroger. As a matter of fact, that was the most children's medicine I've ever seen in one Kroger. But we had talked about that in the video. We're in kind of a touristy area, so I assume that Kroger or whatever store is going to kind of flood however much they have here because there's all kinds of kids here. So, and if you go to Kroger, you're going to go to the store to buy medicine more likely around here more often than you are back home, because usually, I don't know, this is how I would think. I'm going to buy in bulk when I'm at home at like Sam's Club or something, or at Kroger if it's on sale, but yeah, yeah, haven't seen too much of an issue with over-the-counter medicines here, but I'm still keeping an eye on it because we've gotten a ton of comments that it's been low, very low in a lot of stores. And cold medicine is really, we're getting a lot of comments on that. Somebody sent me an email the other day where it was like a couple things of NyQuil, and it was just like empty looking. It looked crazy. I mean, it did. It looked pretty crazy, and that was in Michigan. Michigan. I'm telling you, I say it every video almost. Michigan, I don't know what's going on, but it seems like they deal with more shortages than anywhere else in the country, or we just have a lot of viewers from Michigan that are always talking about it. But, excuse me. One thing I wanted to mention about meat, too. Some people pointed out the other day that a couple of these meat prices, I guess, because I can't go over everything all the time. Apparently, those strip steaks went up in price. They're $15.99 now, regular price. They were $13.99 the last time I really checked, and I did not mention that in yesterday's video. Someone had mentioned that they had gone up to $14.99 a pound. Now they are $15.99 a pound, regular price. Isn't that ridiculous? That is absolutely crazy for strip steak. $15.99 at Kroger. I mean, I love Kroger, but, the meat quality is not that great. I'm just not a fan of some of the Kroger meat quality. But then again, we've been shopping at our locals. We're paying really good money, really high dollar to shop at our mom and pops, but we know it's going in the right place, and you're getting way better quality meat. So, there is that. So, excuse me, I did not talk about the coffee that I am drinking here. This is the breakfast coffee. Me and Mom are here in Pigeon Forge celebrating her retirement. Some people have been asking about Jessica. Jessica is actually at home. She had to work, unfortunately, and she is very sad. So I know, I hate it. I wish she was here, but Mom is having fun. Thank you all for leaving comments. I have read her a lot of your comments of everybody saying congratulations and all that. Thank you all so much for that. It means a lot to her and me. But it's pretty interesting, having a good time here. I'm not able to go to a lot of stores, but I found the Kroger. I was glad that I was able to go to that Kroger. It's a weird Kroger. Things are laid out kind of strange how they have it. They don't have a lot of the stuff that they have like at any of our Krogers up in Cincinnati. I feel like it's a big Kroger, but it's just weird how it's set up. It's like they got a lot of different types of brands. And maybe that's because we're in a touristy area and you have a lot of different types of people, different nationalities, people eat different things. But it's weird when you get out of soup aisle and you see like 30 different types of different soups that you don't really see up north. And then you see like barely any like Campbell's there was a lot of the smaller cans of Campbell's, but like a lot of the Campbell's Chunky, Progresso soups, there was barely any. And Campbell's Chunky is on sale for $1.49 a can on that buy 6 or more, save 50 cents each deal. So there are some good deals to be had at Kroger this week. But again, as to where I like to point out all the sales, I got to make sure that we're staying on top of the things that are going up in price as well, because a lot of these things, let's stock up on the things that we can, that we like, that are some of these holiday deals. And I'm going to be honest with you, I would not hesitate on the turkey. With all this news going around about the bird thing and all that stuff, I would just spend the 98 cents a pound, or if you find a better deal, you could stretch it out a couple weeks. You're rolling the dice, and I'm just saying, I'm not saying race out to Kroger right now or Meijer or Walmart. Walmart's the cheapest place, though. Somebody was saying that Aldi has some good deals on turkey. I'll have to go to Aldi here. I know that Walmart and Aldi both have some good holiday deals going on right now. But unfortunately, I am not near either, and we are kind of hanging out doing some family stuff. But I wanted to bring this to your guys' attention because these are some things we need to pay attention to. Some of these prices are getting ridiculous. These are just a handful of some of the things that I've gotten over the last week. Wanted to go over these right away because we want to get this information out as fast as possible. Pay attention to bread prices, coffee, toilet paper, meat, as usual. Chicken has been an issue. It's getting more expensive. Chicken is always a little bit more this time of year, though. Not as expensive as it is now, though. I mean, some of the store brand prices and stuff like this on chicken have doubled over the last year. So, maybe not doubled, but pretty close. So a couple people mentioned produce over the last couple weeks. I'll talk about this for a second. So, we have a lot of we get comments on produce all the time. Now, obviously, things come in and out of season, and people are saying, well, that's not in season, that's not in season. Let me say this. Even the things that aren't in season are way more than they used to be when they weren't in season before, right? I mean, it is what it is. There ain't nothing we can really do about it. I think people who shop different vegetables and fruits, during the seasons, you're going to save, during when they're in season, you're going to save a lot more money. I mean, if you were buying apples right now, you're going to save a fortune. Have a way to store them, right? Have a way to make sure you're able to preserve them so you're not wasting your money. Don't just buy a bunch of apples and sit there and let them rot. Do something with them. Grapes, for whatever reason, are on sale pretty much everywhere. At Kroger's, I think it was $1. Somebody was saying the Kroger price was different. So I don't know. Some places they had them for $1.27 a pound. Some places they had them for $1.47 a pound. And both of them were digital coupons. I don't know if Kroger is starting to do different things. Usually when Kroger has a sales ad, it covers every Kroger out there. Whatever you see in that ad will be covered with each sale that it's in. Like the ad for us in Cincinnati is exactly the same as it is down here in Pigeon Forge. All the stuff that is on sale for those prices in the ad are on sale down here. So I don't know. It's like for them to change that in some, I don't know if somebody had mentioned something. I don't know if it was a Kroger owned store or if maybe you meant to say a different store, but I know that those sales, like the buy 6 or more stuff, some of those products could be different. So if they have a specific sale, but it won't be in the ad, right? They won't put it like say Kroger in Cincinnati is different than, Central Kentucky Kroger. Okay. If they have it, they may have a few different items on the buy 6 or more, mostly because we may not get those products in Cincinnati, but it will not be in the ad. So again, thank you for mentioning those to everyone, and thank you for the great response that we get from all of you guys down in the comments, because you know what? We wouldn't know these things if you guys didn't interact. It's awesome what we're able to do here on the channel. Now those are just a couple shortages here that I wanted to go over. Again, let me say, like with the turkey, we're not seeing shortages, okay? But we keep hearing these things. Okay, we keep hearing these things with the bird thing going on and all that, and them having to call a lot of turkeys. Personally, in my opinion, I don't think it's going to affect this Thanksgiving. Maybe in the future might affect the next, okay? But I wouldn't hesitate, because if something happens and it's like if they realize they're going to start losing money over the next months to come, those prices may go back up. They may go back up, and I wouldn't be surprised, right? Do we all remember what happened last year? Let's dial it back here for just a minute. I'm sorry if you're bored. If you have to hit pause to fill up your coffee again, we need to talk about this, because I feel like a lot of people have forgotten what happened last year. Okay. Last year, about a week before Thanksgiving, I think it was like 10 days, okay? Things were going up in price right before Thanksgiving. We were expecting sales, and I just remember going from, and it wasn't just Kroger, it was everywhere. We were seeing it at Meijer, we were seeing it at Walmart, and it was like the same thing. We saw those canned goods on the rollback offer for 50 cents, while we're seeing like stovetop, which was $1.78 at Walmart, go up to $2. It's still $2 at Walmart. It actually might be on sale again. I don't really know, but I know last year was like a slap in the face. It was like, here we are finding deals on some things, and then it was like we had all these different holiday things going up in price. And it was similar to what is going on. We had like shortages on sugar, right? So that made sugar prices go up. Kroger just raised their prices on powdered sugar to $2.49, yet they're selling it for $1.79 right now. I am not one of those people that freak out when I see something go up that high in price. When I saw that go up to $2.49, I was like, that's kind of crazy. Like, that's a huge price increase. So is that an answer to the sugar that's been going up way in price? You dropped it down to what the price was last year before you raised it to $1.99 10 days before Thanksgiving. And there were many other products that went up too. I remember everybody complaining when the Libby's pumpkin went up. Like, that was ridiculous. Like, and there was a sale, but it was like the last couple days, like the last day, right? Because Kroger did their ad on Wednesday, and they had the Thanksgiving sale. It's like, okay, well, you're giving me the day before Thanksgiving to go get something that I could have saved 50 cents on. But the thing is, this is why I'm making a big deal about the turkey, because if this could happen, right? Like, I wouldn't be really surprised if it did. People wait to the last minute, wait to the last week before Thanksgiving. All over the news, all these turkeys, everything going on. Turkey prices climb. Remember what happened to the eggs? Not saying that's going to happen. I don't personally think that's going to happen, but it can happen. It could happen. So knowing that, don't hesitate. Get your turkey, or just bypass turkey altogether. I know a lot of people are saying, you're going to do different meals for Thanksgiving, do some pot roast, do this, do that. That's probably a good idea. Stuff it. Stuff it to their face. Somebody said that in the comments. Stuff that turkey or something. I don't know. But, yeah, it's like, maybe the way to go. I don't know. It's funny how these things always happen right before something, I understand turkey's a big seller this time of year, but now it's all coming out with all this thing with the bird flu and all this stuff with the turkeys. And it's like, where was this 6 months ago? Did you stop raising turkeys and stuff? Was this being checked? I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of rambling here, but you know what? Anything that can happen will happen, and I would just be very mindful of that and make sure that you have everything you need for the holidays. Start buying it up early. People have been talking about it on the channel here for a while. Buy it up, and if you're stocking up, stock up on some of these canned vegetables. When they go down to 50 cents, Great Value is really good. Happy Harvest is okay. If I had to pick between Green Giant and Happy Harvest, I would pick Green Giant, but I love Great Value probably better than Green Giant. So, I'll probably be stocking a lot. We will probably be stocking up a lot on those as well. We've been really going through our Del Monte lately, and Del Monte is probably they've had some good sales lately, which kind of makes me think that those prices are going to be going up too. Guys, thank you so much for listening to me rant tonight here. So, like I said, just a handful of things we wanted to go over here. If you have anything else you would like to add to this list, we're going over the different items of the list here for November of 2023, and that's going to carry over into winter of 2023. We have to pay attention to these things. Probably in our next video, we're going to talk about some more things that you should probably be stocking up on for when it all hits the fan, guys. I don't know. The way things go, it seems like there is just one incident after the other these days. We just have to pay attention, keep prepping. It's never too late. Start now. Start when the sales are good. Start stocking up on things that you're going to eat. Never give up the fight. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.